All right, guys, we have a lot to talk about today. But first, I make these videos and I see how many views they get. Yeah, all that's great. But why are people watching and not entering into the Amazon gift card challenge? And today, we're not giving away 50 because no one won last week because you guys didn't predict the amount of games I would get correct. We're moving it to $100. So all you have to do is predict how many games I'm going to get correct this week out of 58 in the comments, and also give me the tiebreaker score of Oregon versus USC. It's super simple. It's on screen. The example's right there. Go $100. I don't know what you can do with $100 nowadays. You can probably do some weird shit. I wouldn't personally. I would buy like a sweatshirt or a team hoodie. You could buy some team tickets. I don't know what you want to do with $100, but enter the giveaway. Second, last week, I heard the allegations. I don't know ball. I was hearing it all in my comments. You guys think I don't know how to pick games? 40 correct. 40 out of 56. My best week. You guys can't tell me anything, so I'm feeling hot right now. And you know last week, you know the chicken problem, guys. I ate that expired chicken. I didn't think I was going to make it, honestly. There was a point where I thought I was going to die during the process. My stomach was hurting so bad. I was literally thinking, who's going to make the recap videos when I'm gone? Anyways, we're going to get right into it this moment. Akron versus Bowling Green. Bowling Green literally hasn't won a game since, I think, October 12th. So because of that, we're going to go with Akron. They've been playing better. Western Michigan, Northern Illinois. Same thing. Western Michigan. Do you guys remember that season when they had 10 or 11 wins? They went to a New Year's Six Bowl. That was the row the boat, PJ Fleck. We're on that type of vibes. Western Michigan, I believe, is tied for first in the MAC right now. The MAC is crazy. Anyways, UMass versus Ohio. You know how we feel about that. UMass is probably the worst team to ever step on a field. And it's not like the Sam Houston thing. I'm going to streak the field. All that. No, they've lost every single game by like 30 points. You look at S&P Plus. And they're worse than Division III teams. I said that in my last video. Central Michigan and Kent State, there's no reason why I'm choosing Kent State. This is a toss-up game. I'm just choosing Kent State because I like them. Genuinely, all right? You guys can shut up about that. Miami, Ohio versus Buffalo. Miami, Ohio's got to do me right. I picked them the last 2 weeks, and they got the doors blown off, I believe, in the last 2 weeks, so we're not going with that. Louisiana Raging Cajuns and Arkansas State. Arkansas State, momentum. Florida State and NC State, I'm on the fence for this game, all right? Because Florida State, this season, they've notoriously played well at home, have played shit on the road. I would go with NC State, but I'm going to tell you this. NC State fans hate their own team. They genuinely talk to an NC State Wolfpack fan. They don't even like their own team at this point of the season. So when you're feeling like that, I'm going to go with Florida State. Florida State only has 2 ACC wins in the last 700 days. Make it 3. Hawaii versus UNLV. UNLV missed 4 field goals last week. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. UNLV has won every single game this season by like the hair on your left nut, like that little piece of hair. Nothing. Hawaii, they can run. They can score the ball. They do the run and shoot offense. They can run, they can throw, they can score the ball. On the road, I'm going to go with Hawaii. I mean, it's going to be high scoring. I believe this game will be like 46-45. I'm just feeling Hawaii. You know, we're in the jungle again. We're on the good vibes. And the reason why, guys, I'm in the jungle right now is because when people are asleep in this household that I'm at, I have to be outside. I can't be inside with a nice lighting setup. I can't look good. I look horrible in this lighting. You know what I mean? Like if I was going to show this to the Huzz, I would not show the Huzz this video. Anyways, Kansas versus Iowa State. Now, these are 2 mid-ass Big 12 teams, both disappointing seasons, both had high expectations. The reason why I'm going to roll with Kansas in this game, oh wait, did I say Kansas State? I mean Kansas in this game, just better quarterback play. I mean, Jalen Daniels has had a good year. He's still due a threat. He's not thrown many picks this season. Rocco Becht has made way too many mistakes, so this is an educated pick, but it's really hard to pick Big 12 games. Anyways, Minnesota versus Northwestern. This is another hard game, bro. Gosh, they're both solid. Well, no. This is my logic. Minnesota has not played well on the road. They've gotten blown out every single time on the road. Northwestern's at home. This might be played at Wrigley. Last week's game was played at Wrigley. Anyways, Rutgers versus Ohio State. What do you guys think I'm going to say? Ohio State. But what I fear, though, for Ohio State is that they've been sleepwalking so much through their Big Ten schedule because they literally got the cupcake of the cupcake that when it comes playoff time, they're going to get smacked. Like they needed that wake-up call last year versus Michigan. What if they don't get that wake-up call and then they just go in the playoffs second round and they lose? Anyways, that's a fear for Ohio State. Missouri versus Oklahoma. No way. There's no way Missouri wins this game. All right, guys. You know why? It's because you know how they win? They rush the ball. They run the ball. 305 yards on Ahmad Hardy last week. They have a backup quarterback. They're going on the road versus Oklahoma, and Oklahoma's strength is their run D. So they're going to force them to pass with the freshman on the road in Norman. Would you, if you were a freshman quarterback, would you be feeling good in Norman against that D-line, against that front? Fuck no, you would not feel good against that D-line. Now, Louisville versus SMU. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go with the psychological effect of this game. SMU's been on a high. Louisville had their season just brutalized last week. Tons of mental errors. That team does not seem to be there mentally. Tons of mental error. 15-yard penalties, missed field goals. It was just all mental. It was right here. That's not a well-coached team. That's a toxic locker room. Like, you can ask Miller Moss, the quarterback. That is a toxic locker room. Anyways, yes, and you guys know this, all right? So if you've been watching the channel, you've been watching these videos. I started picking against Texas A&M like 6 weeks ago. And yes, I picked against them 3 straight weeks, I believe, just because I didn't buy into the Mike Elko hype. And all you A&M fans, got a lot of them in the comments saying, you're a hater, you suck, you hate my Aggies. And you know what? I'm just going to play into it. It's tradition now. I cannot pick Texas A&M. So for you Aggie fans, you are welcome. I will not pick A&M to win. I will go with the tradition of me picking against them, and it's good luck for you guys. So it's good luck for everyone. But imagine, even last week, I picked South Carolina. That was crazy. Tulsa versus Army. Tulsa's just not explosive enough. I don't think they're explosive enough to win this game against Army. And again, Army's going to hold the ball. It's probably going to be a meat grinder. Tulsa did beat my Oregon State Beavers last week. Army's just going to win a meat grinder. Miami versus Virginia Tech. Now, Miami's pissed off by the committee because the committee hates them. And by the way, this video is not sponsored by Kalshi. Wink, wink. This video is not sponsored by Kalshi. Don't check out Kalshi. They did not do something with Prize Picks and do a collab. Maybe I'm not legally obligated to say that, but wink, 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 wink. Anyways, Miami's pissed off by the committee because they went head-to-head against Notre Dame, and they're ranked below Notre Dame because of the damn eye test. Miami has 2 losses, but they still have a path to the playoff. I just think they're so hot right now, they're going to blow out everyone in there. Delaware versus Wake Forest. Now, that's a good game. Now, that is a really good game. But Delaware, again, hasn't won on the road. Delaware's a new team in the FBS. They're near bowl eligible. I believe they have 5 wins. They're a good team, but they lost last week. Well, who did they lose to? They lost to Sam Houston. So, yeah, you lose to Sam Houston, you're not going to beat Wake Forest on the road. Charlotte and Georgia, we got the SEC Cupcake. I'm going to go faster. Old Dominion and Georgia Southern. Oh, this is actually a good game. This is low-key a good game. Both these teams are good. The Fighting Clays, baby. The Fighting Heltons. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Well, Washington State versus JMU. This is my first upset. This is my first upset. You want to hear why? You're like, oh, JMU's going to make the playoff. Oh, JMU's going to make the playoff. Washington State does not care who they play. All right? They don't give a shit. They went on the road versus Ole Miss. It was a 1-score game. They went on the road against Virginia. It was a damn 1-score game. They do not care who they're playing and where they're at in the playoff race. James Madison, these 2 teams are similar talent. All right? I don't give a shit. You hate to say it, similar talent. Who is JMU beating? Really no one. Washington State's going to come in and say, hey, we can play spoiler. JMU has something to lose. You would expect it to be the other way around. Washington State gets it done on the road. They do not give a fuck. Now, Baylor versus Arizona, again, 2 just Middington Big 12 teams. I don't even care. Arizona's won the last 2 weeks. They went on the road. They got a tough win, so we're going to go with that. Mercer versus Auburn. Watch out next week, though. Watch out in the Iron Bowl. Guys, I've been really slow today. I've been really slow. Missouri State and Kennesaw State. Gosh, this is another good game. Both these teams are 7-3. You know what? I'm going to go with my heart on this one. Missouri State's new to the FBS. We're just going to pick them. They're not allowed to go to a bowl, by the way. They're in the same situation JMU was a few weeks ago. Okay, Alabama. Alabama's got to clean a lot of stuff up. Ball State versus Toledo. I'm not picking Ball State. Ball State at 18 yards of fucking... Sorry, excuse me. 84 yards of offense in the first half last week. They have struggles on offense. Toledo can score. Toledo can play special teams. They brought multiple kicks back for touchdowns. They're going to go with that game. Nevada. Ride Nevada. They were probably the worst team in the FBS a couple days ago. And they won their first game in conference. They're feeling good. Wyoming hasn't been amazing. I know Laramie's a tough place to play. Anyways, okay, we're going to speed it up. App State. UConn. Now I have a subscriber who loves FAU. Sorry, buddy. Love you. We're going to go to UConn. Liberty versus Louisiana Tech. Same thing with Liberty here. Sam Houston versus Middle Tennessee. It's a 2-8 team versus a 1-9 team. South Florida versus UAB. Now, they have nothing to play for anymore, but they're a much better team. I mean, they stack up physically much better than UAB. New Mexico State versus UTEP. I don't care that New Mexico... How many road teams are we picking in a row? This is really weird. But all these home teams are shit. I'm not going to lie. Jack State versus FIU. This is going to be a great high-scoring battle. Both teams can frickin' score. Just because we have to break the 10, we're going to go here. Syracuse versus Notre Dame. No question. Duke and North Carolina. Oh, gosh, this is actually a tough game because a couple weeks ago, I would have picked Duke. I would have said Duke's the much better team. They've completely fallen off. Duke turns the ball over way too much. And I think North Carolina can create some turnovers, and if they're clean, they'll be all right. This is the game everyone's talking about, USC versus Oregon. But think about this. Think about the track record. What the hell did Notre Dame do to USC? They just ran the ball on them. Who's the best rushing team in the country right now? It's literally Oregon. I don't care how many great wide receivers you have. I don't care about Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane for USC. If Oregon's going to run for damn near 200, 300 yards, which they probably can because USC can't compete on that front, they're going to be fine. Now, USC might be able to expose an Oregon secondary that hasn't been tested much this year because when they got tested by Indiana, Look what damn happened. But there is no way USC can go on the road and do this against Oregon because they won't be able to stop their run. I hope in my heart. You guys know I don't like Oregon, so I really am rooting for USC in this game. Like, I'm the biggest Trojan fan ever. I would love to see USC spoil Oregon's playoffs. Oregon should not make the CFP if they lose this game. I don't care what you say. Where's the meat on the bones on their resume? If they lose this game, they go on to win Washington. They have 2 losses. Their best win is literally a 6-4 Iowa or a fucking Washington who's 8-4. What 8-4? What are you even talking about? Southern Miss versus South Alabama. Southern Miss is a great team. That was an anomaly last week where they lost. That was really weird, but I think they're going to bounce back well. Arkansas versus Texas. I would love to pick freaking Arkansas in this game, but you know how Texas is going to be. Texas shouldn't make the playoff, even if they beat Texas A&M next week. They really haven't beaten that many teams. East Carolina versus UTSA. Ryan McCown, Josh McCown's son is the quarterback of UTSA, and that dude damn near throws for fucking 350, 400 every single week. But East Carolina, East Carolina's in first place right now, though. They've been playing some good ball. They've been able to rush the ball recently. No, I'm still going UTSA at home. I'm still going UTSA. I side you guys with that. Now, Michigan State versus Iowa. I don't think there's a single question in this game. Iowa's going to play Iowa football. They're going to play better special teams. They're going to run the ball. Michigan State has no identity, literally zero identity this season. Jonathan Smith's probably going to be gone. Now, Kentucky versus Vanderbilt. This could be tricky. Vanderbilt has the advantage in this game, coaching-wise. But Kentucky's been playing a little better. But last week's game, don't even worry about last week's game. Anyways, Tulane and Temple upset. We're going with the upset. It's been the trends, guys. The group of 5 teams, every time you get ranked, you've been going down. Temple has had some close losses this year. They haven't been playing as well later in the season, but I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling a little group of 5 upset magic this week. So we're going to go with Temple at Lincoln Financial Field. Georgia State and Troy. Whatever, bro. I don't like either of these teams. We're going to go faster. TCU and Houston. Houston's still in the race, but they just haven't played anyone, and I feel like they just had a bye. Well, anyways, Michigan over Maryland, Kansas State and Utah, no question here. Coastal and South Carolina. I kind of want to pick South Carolina in that game. Another cupcake game. Texas State versus UL Monroe, same thing here. Guys, I'm just picking these games. Like, at this point, we're just chilling with each other. I'm just going to go scroll through these games right here. Colorado State's the punching bag of everything. Pitt versus Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is notorious for playing close games, and the way the ACC's been is that there's just been a head-scratching game every single week. Now, Pitt lost by a lot to Notre Dame. That's Notre Dame. I don't think Notre Dame and Georgia Tech are even on the same levels right now. And I know Georgia Tech's physical as well. Pitt got absolutely ran through with the physicality. I don't like that word, physicality. But just the way it's been going, man, we got to pick some crazy shit. I mean, how am I going to get 40 wins? I'm going to get 40 right. Again, we're talking some crazy shit. Nebraska and Penn State. Ooh, but that freshman quarterback for Nebraska, though. That freshman quarterback went crazy against UCLA. And I'm blanking on the running back's name right now. But that's a tough 1-2 combo. But again, Penn State's finishing out the season strong. They're at home. No Raiola. They're not going to be able to win that game. Now, North Texas finally got ranked. They play Rice, in-state rival. Rice is really dog shit. Now we're getting into some Pac-12 matchups. Cal versus Stanford. Cal's a much, much better team. You know, Stanford doesn't have a coach. They have a freaking interim for this entire season. I'm surprised Stanford has won any games after week 1's performance. I'm surprised they've won any games in this conference. They beat Florida State. How the fuck do you do that? Tennessee versus Florida. Crazy. This is the best 3-7 team to ever touch a football field. Florida's talent composite, and they're 3-7. Tennessee's best win this season is Mississippi State. And you're telling me they're going into a swamp? Now, I don't know where the fans are going to be in the swamp, where their heads even going to be in this game. Are they even going to be cheering? Are they even going to be loud? You're still going to the swamp at night. And Tennessee has not shown they're a good team at all whatsoever. If Florida can just not turn the ball over, man, just don't throw 4 interceptions. Why is DJ Lagway always throwing interceptions at the most critical times? Like last week, the most critical times, bro. Anytime I turn on a game, it's a close game. Florida, DJ Lagway just turns the ball over right there. Anyways, gosh, Illinois beats the teams that they should. All they have to do is play defense. Wisconsin's offense is not that explosive. They're going to be fine. They're going to be all right in Camp Randall. Now, Western Kentucky versus LSU. Western Kentucky's a good little team. That could be a sneaky pick. But I don't know, guys. I want to hit 40 wins this week. Anyways, ASU versus Colorado. more Pac-12. Colorado has nothing. At this point, Colorado's just testing shit. I mean, they're putting Juju Lewis out there. They're just like, fuck it, our season's done. Freshman quarterback, go get some reps. Goddamn. Offensive line, backup, go get some reps. You get reps, you get reps, you get reps, you get reps. BYU versus Cincinnati. The reason why I love BYU, I keep saying it, their defense is just havoc. They create turnovers. They can go win anywhere. And if this tells you anything, yeah, Cincy got destroyed by Utah. BYU beat Utah. I don't like to do the what's that called? The transformative method. But anyways, that's it. Utah State versus Fresno State. Fresno State, great defense. Same thing here with San Diego State. These two teams play physical football, and they're playing inferior opponents. They're at home. They will be all right. Now, Washington versus UCLA. What am I feeling in this game? I don't know what Nico's health is. But Washington's going to want to make this game fast and make it into a shootout with their offense. And if they do that, I don't think UCLA would be able to keep up. This is the longest video. So let's talk about, what do I want to talk about? What do I want to talk about to you guys? Yes, it's college football season, but it doesn't feel like college football season. And I'm in Australia right now, working for the Melbourne Aces, Australian baseball team. Our team just went Notre Dame. We left the Australian Baseball League, and now we're playing teams from Korea. We're basically the Notre Dame, but it's a lot of hard work throughout the weeks, doing marketing stuff and just trying to market this. I'm the play-by-play broadcaster for the games. So really busy, and it doesn't really feel like college football season when the games start at 3, 4 a.m. It's midweek. I can't catch any of the midweek games, and I'm watching highlights to keep up. And I just want to say thank you guys, because every time I go on my channel and read my comments and just get the vibe from you guys make me feel like I'm at home. Seriously, like you guys just bring that college football juice that I feel like I'm missing out. Because, I can't wake up in the morning on a crisp fall morning and get my pumpkin spice latte. And, you don't get that same vibe. But every time I go to the channel and see the comments and see your guys' tenacity, it's really amazing. And second of all, it's really weird. My March Madness video that I made last March, that was one of my most viral college basketball videos, is picking up hella views right now, right? Because the YouTube algorithm is pushing it out during that. How many of you watch college basketball? I want to know, like, how many people are actually watching college basketball? Because, yeah, this college football season's going to end. I'm probably going to transition more into college basketball, of course, March Madness. And next thing I wanted to say is that I wish I could be pumping out 5 videos a week to really grow this thing, to really grow this channel like I was last year or the year before, and pumping out, like, storytime videos, guys. I just don't have the time. What I'm doing right now is like the max level I can do. Now, I'm going to try my hardest to get more content for you guys. It would be good, like having an editor, having a full-time editor, someone I could work with. Like, I'm trying to work through those details. This video is not sponsored by Kalshi. I wish I could just tell you guys the real deal on what's going on, but I can't. But anyways, yeah, this is the realest freaking video I made. I just keeping it real today. And I hope you guys enjoy. I don't want to do some time limit thing. If you're watching this far, bro, yeah, I love you. Anyways, boys, take care. Have a great weekend.